Lovely game, isn't it? Insane performance. All right, and now I cannot even pause the game, so I have to fight the monsters like this. But anyway, hey guys, Jay here, and I want to share with you guys a little bit of like update on my Thor Ragnarok character. You can see I'm so strong, it basically just like turned the game off. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Why is this happening to me? Oh gosh. Okay, finally, we got the light back. Let's bring on some music. Mm. Now we're talking. Let's clear the rest of the map. Come on. Tier 15. That is nice. You see the clear in the dark, and you see a little bit of clear in the light. Let me just, see if there is like a pack of monsters, and we can like clear them, right? This is the clear. This is the clear. This is the clear. Not the fastest, obviously, because it's still like a low skill, but it is what it is. Let's do some bosses. This tier, this is mod, by the way. Okay. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And here. Bop. Okay. It is stun. And yeah, this is the boss. We can kind of time the slam as well. So let's get back to hideout. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect me. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect me. Please, for the love of God, let me record this video in peace. GGG. Fix your game. This is 100% fail to connect to instance. This happened to me every single time. Like twice per map. On the way in and the way out. And when I connect back, this is probably another fail. Probably another fail. Okay. And now I have to go back to hideout, and this is probably another fail. Earth, see my battle cry. Fire, thunder will be born. Damn it. Power of the Horde. Oh, anyway, that is enough Warcraft music. I know for a fact that like that particular song is, first of all, a little bit nostalgic memory for me, but second, it cannot be copyrighted because it's like public use, because it's in a video game. So I just use that, right? So if you are like tired of that song, please let me know. I'll try to find another one from maybe another video game. Anyway, this is currently the Thor Ragnarok character. I have reached tier 15, as I just showed you briefly. It took quite a few tries to actually record a video where I do not just crash constantly. At least that still crashed, but I can reconnect to the game immediately. Anyway, let's just get to the character, right? So this is going to be a kind of like soft build guide, so I'm going through with the character, all the upgrade that I've done. Probably I just go from scratch and describe everything. The items, the skill tree, and the skill gem. Three main factors, right? So first of all, the items for the build and the idea behind the build probably is going to be first. The idea behind the build is I want to build around with Mjolner because it is a cool item and it represents a particular character that is Thor. And because we are partially doing fire as well everywhere, so I would like to call this character Thor Ragnarok. So Mjolnir is going to be the weapon, and it allows us to have Thunder God's Wrath, so we can trigger a lightning spell on the weapon. So lightning spell I'm choosing is Arc. Arc is giving me 50% more magnitude of shock inflicted, so that is why I choose Arc. So that is why when you see me leaping around, I just like trigger Spark everywhere. Anyway, core item, build around item for this character. I would like to have a disclaimer here. I use this weapon because it is cool. If you just want to play this exact character with one single point difference in your skill tree, which is you will take 1 point somewhere and you will put it into Giant's Blood, and you have a properly crafted two-handed mace with like a chance for aftershock or extra fissure, you probably will have a stronger character in the end. But because this weapon again is super freaking cool, so I want to build around with it. So it is what it is, right? So I just have Mjolnir, and then to scale both the melee attack that we used with the Mjolnir and also the spell, the lightning spell that we trigger with the Thunder God's Wrath, I am using Crown of Ice and Iron Grasp. These two items enable the strength stacking playstyle. So how does it do it? Iron Will, 1% increased spell damage per 2 strength. I have 1,000 strength. Let's just say 1,000. So that is 500% increased spell damage. And because we use Crown of Ice, it but it allows us to also have 500% attack damage as well. So we have 500% increased strength, 500% increased spell and attack damage with this two item. Obviously, the drawback is this body armor is shit, except for the Iron Will. Iron Grip we don't even use in this build because it only applies to projectile attack. We don't have projectiles in here. So yeah, only for Iron Will. Pretty much shit. And yeah, these two items allow me to basically scale around the build. And because this drawback of the Keystone, Iron Will gain no inherent bonus from strength. The inherent bonus from strength is life. So we do not gain life from strength. Therefore, I just use the Black Side training here from the Heroic Tragedy Jewel. This is very important for the build because you will need the Heroic Tragedy to have the line of Vorana. So not Oroth, just Heroic Tragedy, but you need to see Vorana in here in the name, and you will get this specific keystone to gain 1% increased energy shield per 2 strength. So we have roughly 500% increased energy shield from this keystone alone. So that allows us to get defenses and damage from scaling strength. Therefore, we stack a lot of strength, right? So that is the core concept of the build. Other than that, the other items are rare items. The rare items for the shield, boots, and gloves. We try to get as much armor and ES as possible. I think that is the best, right? Armor and ES give me, first of all, it is cheap. Pure ES gear is much more expensive. So I want armor and ES, and it will allow me to scale both armor and energy shield for basically my life. So armor, I am scaling through a little bit of passive here, and a little bit of passive here, and some increase on gear stuff. We also have a little bit of like double dip scaling in the energy shield recharge rate, because armor increase also give me increased recharge rate for energy shield. So pretty neat, right? So we get armor, ES, we try to get strength, we try to get resistances, and if possible, we try to get armor applies to elemental damage. I have it in all of my rare gears here that I can have it. This is a very low roll, but it's better than nothing. The gloves is probably the weakest item that I'm having right now that I kind of want to improve and you know, craft a new one basically. Other than that, rings, strength, resistances, and if you can, increase fire damage on your prefixes. Mostly the suffixes are the things that matter. We want a lot of resistances to cap our resistance. The amulet is very strong. We want flat energy shield. This is a very strong slot for this build. Flat energy shield is multiplied by the massive amount of increased ES from the keystone here, so incredibly strong. And then we want obviously a bunch of attribute, strength, or resistances, depending on what you get. And then you can use a essence. In this case, I use an essence of infinity, the perfect essence of infinity, to just randomize one of the 3 row of increased strength, intelligence, or dexterity. Obviously, you want strength. So you want to find kind of like amulet like this. Is not expensive, by the way. Not at all. Just find items like this. even like this, right? This is a little bit too much. What you want to find is, what is this? Why aren't there any? I think you don't want the increased armor here. Huh? Wait a minute. People already bought out the market for this thing. Anyway, the most important stat that you want here, okay, is no longer very cheap. It used to be very cheap. There are like 100 of them on the market. Anyway, the most important thing you want to get in here is as much attribute and strength as possible, as much flat ES as possible. The rest is optional. And then you want to use a great or perfect essence of infinity. I think I still have some in here. Yeah, you want to use this one. It will replace prefixes. Hopefully you would not hit the strength row, which is the most important one. And then you will hit the strength percent increase, which is why how I create this amulet. Not the best, but yeah, pretty good for the moment. That basically conclude the gear. For the belt, by the way, you want armor and as much resistance and strength as possible. That's about it. You don't need life. Mana is okay, but it's not important. The base, you kind of want the armor base for the belt, or the increased stun threshold is going to be good as well. So either of those is going to be better than this one. Whatever, right? Charm, important is immune to freeze and stun. I think these two are the best. Maybe I kind of want to get a shock immune here as well. I should be replacing this, right? Skill tree, very simple. We grab as much strength as possible. Right now I also have a little bit of block to cap my block, right? I have a little bit of block here because I already traveled through. So to cap my block, and mostly you get a lot of attribute, just attribute strength to be specific. And go all the way here to grab CI, so we don't need to worry about chaos damage. We want to get some stun threshold here, or you will get chain stun like almost infinitely. Some intelligence is necessary if you want to use the Mjolner because of the requirement on the item. Other than that, this one is the Titan, right? So we get hulking form. This is probably one of the most broken node in the game still. And Ancestral Empowerment is my choice because I really like the Ancestral Boosted. It gives me a lot of damage, but also a lot of AoE. And then one additional thing, right? If you use this support gem, Fist of War 3, all of the Ancestral Boosted is going to be double. The effect is going to be double. So 60% more damage and 50% more AoE instead of the number you are seeing here. So we just socketed in here. It is a very, very nice thing. I really enjoyed it. And the Aftershock is nice as well. Just basically 25% more damage. Roughly, more or less. Last but not least is the skill gem. So in the Thunder God's Wrath here, please ignore my Mace Strike and Race Shield. The reason why I put a lot of blue stuff here is to fulfill the requirement for this thing. So I can get 5% mana. It's not important, but you know, when you can do it, you just do it, right? So just random support gem that you can put in these. Anyway, Thunder God's Wrath is arc for the shock and some cleanup damage because it's chain everywhere, so it helps with cleaning up the monster. For clearing, boundless energy, so you trigger it more often. Shock, so you shock more often and more quickly. And energy retention, so the same kind of purpose for boundless energy to cast more often. Earth Shatter. This is a part of the rotation for a single target, right? So for clear, mostly I would just leave slime around. Sometime in like Abysses or maybe Ritual, I would drop the Forge Hammer and create the fissure, and then I can either do this or I can do this, right? So that is the main like clear. But for single target, I am using Earth Shatter much more often. So say the boss is here, right? Just do 1, 2, 3. You can do it before the boss spawn, by the way. Put down the Forge Hammer and Warcry. It will deal a pretty significant amount of burst damage initially, and then you can spam the Earth Shatter again to trigger the fissure, Warcry, and spam again, and just like, we will have Leech, by the way, so the mana is not going to be this problematic. I barely ever have to use the mana pot, but sometimes just when to preload the damage, I will need the mana pot like this one, right? Just drop the Forge Hammer on cooldown. and just spam this one, right? When you war cry, you also explode all of these earth fissure, and it will deal a massive amount of damage as well. So yeah, I will not go too deep into all the gem setup here, but one thing I want to mention is this one particular interaction I want to mention, so the video is not too long, is the enduring impact here. I think this is really good for putting it in Leaf Slam, and it helped me to generate a lot of endurance charges. Why do I want endurance charges? Because endurance charges allow me to get 19%, it can be 20 or 21, from charge regulation here, so we have more defenses. This gives me basically 1k ES all the time while mapping and bossing, and also like 1k armor as well, because my armor is not that great. I think this is just really good, even though the armor is not too big, but it still helped me to mitigate a lot of damage that I'm going to take. So yeah, in general, it feels really good when I switch from Berserk to this one. Berserk seems to have a like bug with CI, so sometimes I would just randomly die. When I have maximum rage, I would just randomly die from Berserk. In theory, it should not happen, but it happened. So yeah, I just switch out of it. And right now I am having Hero of Ash for extra clear, Convalescent for basically like my flask button when I need to start the recharge immediately. So this is very good, right? So Leaf Slam is Rage, Crater, and Branching Fissure. So it creates a lot of fissure, right? And Aftershock in here is also very good. Why? Because, right, let me show you this. When I slam and the Aftershock happened, you can see it triggered all the fissure by itself. So it helps with clearing by quite a lot. So that is why I put Aftershock in here. Force Hammer for single target, Fist of War, close combat, damage. Fire Pen 2 here is really good. Just ignore all fire resistant. And Branching Fissure, so we have more fissure and it can overlap, right? I think it can overlap. It feels like it does, even though it reduced the tooltip damage. And Earth Shatter, I think is the last one I want to mention. The rest of the gem is going to be just in the guide. I will update the mobility guide in the description. So Earth Shatter is the other one. Combs Madness, so we create 4 of these every single time we slam instead of 1. And Fist of War is going to, again, get double the effect of Ancestral Boots. Rapid Attack, so we pump this out faster and we can trigger the fissure more frequently, right? Rage, same, also help to gain rage on single target specifically. And Armor Break, so we can break the armor. So we deals more damage. Eventually, right? Eventually, I will be getting this node, the Molten One's Gift. I think this will be really good because it will make the enemies take 20% more damage, more fire damage. So this right now only take physical, but the majority of the damage for this character is going to be fire. So that is going to be really good. So eventually I will get this point, probably a few more levels. I will switch out some note from other places, right? So that is the whole character. For runes, by the way, just try to cap your resistances. That is the first priority. If you can, right, try to get the 2 reduce curse effect, at least 2 on your body armor, because yeah, to deal with temp chain basically. Temp chain is very annoying, so I want to run some temp chain, and this helped quite a lot, reduce effect of curses on you. So that is everything I want to share with you in this video today. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see more update on this character? Probably there will be at least one more video on this character, and then I will switch to another build, also with the warrior. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Now I need to go and pick up my son from the kindergarten.